morning, everyone. This is Bremster, and I'm about to record the third last video in the Race to 37 series. This is puzzle 34. There won't be a 36 for reasons that I'll get into. This is the third last puzzle in a series of 27 videos I've been recording, which I'm releasing to a special playlist. They may get released at some point to the main channel, so if you found this on the main channel, welcome. But otherwise, I'm assuming you've been through the puzzles in the playlist and you are aware that this was a pack that was put together by Clover in early 2021 of all killer puzzles where the cages in the puzzle would all have the same value, in this case 34. The pack that as originally released was an event on Logic Masters Germany, and when it was released, all of the puzzle pages had on the bottom of the page a table of all of the possible ways of making up the totals of the cage. So in this case, at the bottom of the page, there would have been a table of all of the ways that you can make up 34. So rather than use that table, what I'm using is the killer calculator built into Sven's Sudoku pad, the web app. You can use whichever killer calculator you wish, or no killer calculator if you wish to do this hard mode, because when you get to large cage totals, wow, it gets hard to keep that all in your head. I'm assuming you know all the details by now if you found this video, but all the details to the pack and the puzzle, this particular puzzle below. Let's get into the rules. So, normal Sudoku rules apply. In every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. And then there's killer cages. In this case, they all sum to 34. What that means is the digits that are placed in cages must sum to 34, and digits cannot repeat within cages. So these two digits, while they might normally be able to be 2 5s by normal rules of Sudoku, this would not be valid in this case because they are in the same cage. That's what we've got to go on. I'm going to restart the puzzle and let's give this a shot. So what can I tell? So this is 34, so these sum to 11, but 11 in 3 is not particularly restricted. 11, these sum to 34. 11 in 4 is restricted. 11 in 4 has to be 1, 2, 3, 5, because 1, 2, 3, 4 is 10. I can increase one of those digits by 1. And if I increase the 1, 2, 3, I have to leapfrog the 4 and I end up with too much. So 11 in 4 is 1, 2, 3, 5. So this has to be 1, 2, 3, 5. But these are now more restricted, aren't they? Because now, well, actually 34 in 5 is actually forced. This is 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now I have to make 11 in those cells with only 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's no 7, 8, 9. Well, how did I get a C? How did I get into letter mode? I'm a bit worried about that. Let's remove the C and come back out of letter mode. So this is 4, 6, and this has to sum to 11. So that's a 1. So there's no 1 in any of those. I've just lost my train of thought. I want to take 4, 6 out of those. Okay. And we know that these are going to be everything except 1, 4, 6. So this cage has done its job now. Now this cage has a 1 in it. So, pardon me. So any 36 cell 34 cage with a 1 in it must have 7, 8, and 9. So 7, 8, and 9 must be in here. So this has to be the 7, 8, 9 because I can't put 7, 8, 9 in here. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, and 5. So this is 2, 3, and 5. 7, 8, 9 must go in here. So 7, 8, 9 goes in here. Whatever is in here goes here. So this is a 2, 3, or a 5. No, wait, that's not true. Because what is in here goes in here. That is complete nonsense. So what is this? So this cage can't have a 2 in it. It's 1, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 or 1, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9 because this has to be 7, 8, 9, 1, 7, 8, 9, which gets me to 25. The other digits have to sum to 9, but I've already used 7, 8, 9. So it has to be 3, 6, or 4, 5. This can't be a 2. So the 2 is in one of those two. So this is 3, 6, 4, 5 with 7, 8, 9. So this has to have a 4 or a 6 in it. So this has to be the 1, because I can't put 1 in any of those cells, with the 4 or 6 that I don't use in here. So this is 1 with 4 or 6. So there must be a 1 in this cage. There must be a 7, 8, 9 in this cage, therefore, for the same reason that there had to be a 7, 8, 9 here. I can't put a 7, 8, 9 in any of those, so this is a 7, 8, 9 triple. So this is 24. So these have to sum to 10. So it's either 1, 4, 5 or 1, 6, 3. So this is another 3, 5, but I don't think they have to be the same. And these are, yeah, that's right, 7, 8, 9, and whichever of the 4 and 6 I don't use. But once again, hang on, I need to put 7s, 8s and 9s into this 34 cage. The thing is, as we've gotten up to these big cages, you must use high digits. But I can't put 7, 8, 9 into any of those. But a 34 cage must have at least 2 7, 8, 9. So these are 7, 8, these are 7, 8, 9 as well. Because I must have 2 7, 8, 9s in this 34 cage, and I can't put them in those cells. So this is the 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9 is not possible because I can't use 3 7, 8, 9s in this cage. So this is either 8, 9, 7, 9 or 7, 8. But surely I can determine that by math. Because these cells sum to... This is 24, so these are 21 minus 3 or 5. So these are going to be 16 or 18. So we've got 16 or 18. So if this is 3, these are 18. Is that right? 21 minus, yeah. So if this is... So let's do that the other way. Sorry, I'm making notes in my calculator. If that's 3, those sum to 18, and if it's 5, they are 16. Now, this is 34 minus either 18 or 16. So let's do 34 minus 18 is 16, and 34 minus... Well, that means 34 minus 16 is going to be 18. So these either have to sum to 18 or 16. And there's no way to make 18. I'd need to use double 9. So this is 16, which is 7, 9. So 16 means that these sum to 18, which means this is a 3. There's no 7, 9 there. This is the 8, and there's no 8 here. That is tricky, but kind of cool. This is a 3. So this is now 1, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's no 4 in here. And that means that the 4 goes in here with 4, 7, 8, 9 goes in here. There's no 3 there. And this is 4, 7, 8, 9. And these are the digits that aren't in this cage. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. But hang on, there's a 4, 7, 8, 9 quad here. So 4 is in there and not in there. That's now a 7, 8, 9 triple. Which works because the 7, 8, 9 is already up here. So that doesn't do anything. So in here I need to put a 1, which can go anywhere. I need to put a 2, which can go anywhere. I've got the 3 in the box. I need to put a 4, which must go up here. 5... which can go anywhere. 6 can go anywhere. 7, 8, and 9 I've got. So, yeah, there's not restricted. But that was a very cool break-in. 3 is in one of those. So this has a 2 or a 5 in it. So 1, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, no. So it must have a 5 in it, this cage. But it could go here or in any of those. So if that's a 2, there's a 5 somewhere. If that's a 2, yeah, 5 could go anywhere. If that's a 5, then I need to put a 5 somewhere else in the cage, in the box, which would not be hard. Well, 8 must... This is a 7, 8, 9 triple, so 8 must go in one of those two, so there's no 8 there. It's a 7, 9 pair now. I don't seem to be able to do more of that. This cage? Like, this cage must have a 1 in it, and it must go in one of those, not the top one of those cells, because I can't put it there, but that's also not restrictive, because I could put it here. It doesn't have to have any other digit. This cage can have a 1 in it. If it does, it's in here, which would force a 1 down here. It's high digits I've got to be looking at, surely. 7s, 8s, and 9s. Because 7, 8, 9 in here, in here, in here, in here, in here. Do I want to mark cells that can't be 7, 8, 9? So these can't be 7, 8, 9. 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 So let's mark those in yellow. There's a lot of that cage marked. I don't have that fully marked. I don't have that. Yet there's a lot of this cage marked. How many 7, 8, 9s do I need to put in this cage? I need to put 2. I need to put 2 7, 8, 9s in this cage, and I can't put them there. So I've got to fit 2 into here. But that can't be a 7 or a 9. So the only thing I can put in there is an 8, and that has to be the other one. So there must be an 8 in here and a 7 or a 9 in here, because none of these can be 7, 8, 9. I need to have 2 of 7, 8, 9 in this cage. If I was to hide a 7, 8, 9 here, I'd have to put another one somewhere in here, and that can't be a 7 or a 9. There has to be an 8 in there. So there must be an 8 in this cage. That's a 7, 9 pair, so that's an 8 now. That is not an 8. That's weird. So there is an 8 in here. But it could be with anything, couldn't it? Well, it means there's an 8 down here. But I could easily put an 8 in this cage, so that's... Seven and 9 have to be over here, not 8, just 7 and 9. Because I can't put 7, 8 or 9 in any of those anymore. I've got to put 2 of 7, 8 and 9 into this cage, and they have to go in here. So there has to be an 8 in one of those, and that has to be 7 or 9. I have to put 2 of 7, 8 or 9 in this cage. If this was a 7, 9 pair, all I'd have is a single 8 in this cage, and this doesn't. Actually, this cage has to have a 9 in it. Just by looking at the possible options, again, I am using a killer calculator because one was provided with the original pack, and these high cage numbers are insanely hard. If you wish to try it without, I commend you. But this cage must have a 9 in it, and it can't go in any of those cells. So this is a 9, so there's no 9 in here. There is now no 7 in this cage. So if there's no 7 in the cage, this is actually known. 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. So this is 2, 4, 5, 6, 8. There's no 8 in there, so as I predicted, there is an 8 in one of those two. Now this can't be 7, 8, or 9. And these can't be 7, 8, or 9. This is not the 8, this is the 8. This is not 7, 8, or 9. At some point I should get rid of this colouring. I'm kind of feeling close to it now. There's no 9 up here. This is 9. So the 7, 8 is looking down. This is not the 8. This is the 8. 7, 8 looking down. These can't be 7, 8, or 9. How many do I need to have in this? I need to have 2 7, 8, or 9s in this cage. But I still could hide 7 and 8 over here. And that would be fine. 8 is down here somewhere. 9 is down here somewhere. I think I'm almost at the point of removing the colouring. I think I am. I've gotten... So there has to be... it could still be here, though. There has to be a 3 in this cage, though. And it can't go there. So there is a 3 in one of those. There is a 4 and a 6 in here. One of those has to be a 4 or a 6. So I've got a 4-6 virtual pair. What has to go down here? I need to put a 1, 3. So 1 and 3 must go down here because there's no 1 or 3 up here. There's no 9 here anymore. This is 4, 7, 8. So this is a quad. 1, 2, 5, 6. Which is remarkably unhelpful. This is a quad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which is also remarkably unhelpful. Okay, I haven't found the trick to progress. I need to put a 4 or 6 in this cage, and it would have to go down here, but not here. So there's a 4 or 6 in here. But that does not feel like... This cage must have a 1 in it. But it could go here or here. It must have 2 of 7, 8, 9 in it. Maybe even 3. Okay. I'm looking for places I might be able to do math tricks. Or is there just simple Sudoku I'm missing? So this is 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. What can these be? Because these are either 32 or 29. So 32 or 29, because they are 34 minus 2 or 32 minus 5. Now, so 45 minus 32 is 13. 45 minus 29 is 16. So I've either got 13 or 16 here. But there must be a 7 in it. 13 is still possible. 1, 2, 3, 7. No 3 in this cage. So 1, 2. 7 and 9. There has to be a 7 or 9 in here, possibly both. It could be 7, 8, 9 in here. I am very stumped. There must be a 1 in this cage. There must be a 1 in this cage. So there's a 1 in one of those. There's a 1 in one of those. There must be a 1 in this cage. There must be a 1 in one of those. I don't see how that helps. And I'm not... Are there... high digits seeing each other in ways I'm not seeing. This cage needs to have 2 of 7, 8, 9. If that's 7, 7 is down here. If that's 7, 7 is down here. I've really lost it. Which I hate to do on camera. 1, 3, can't be 4 or 6. 1, 3, and that could be 2. Can't be 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 5. So these are from 1, 2, 3, and 5. But I don't see how that helps me. Wow! So this cage, it must have a 5, a 3, a 5, and a 6 in it. Because 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9, or 1, 2, or 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is the 7, 9, and the others, I'm missing either 2 and 7. No, I'm missing either 2, 1, 2, 3. It's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, or 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Three, 5, and 6 go in it. But I've got that cell to hide things in. This is this. Do I need to start colouring? Those are that. Hang on, these... No, I've got this. This is correct. This is summing to the right amount. So, oh, hang on a minute. This is 4, 7, 8, 9. That's a 5. That's a 2. That's a 3. There's no 2 in here. So I know the total of this. I'm sorry, everyone. I am so sorry. How long did that go for? Like 20 minutes or something ridiculous? That was so dumb of me. I am so sorry. Anyway, so these... Hang on, if this was a 2... I did this math, didn't I? These now sum to 32. So if they sum to 32, these have to sum to 13 with a 7 in it. Well, I've got the total. This is 1, 2, 3, 7. There's no 3 in here. So this is the 3, this is the 7, this is a 1-2 pair. Right, now I've got something to dig my teeth into. There's no 3 in either of these. So 3 is here, so 3 is right there. So 3 is down here. 3 is absolutely down here, but I already had that. This 1-2 means this is... Actually, 2 is in here. This is 1, 2, 3. There's no 5 in here because there's no 5 here. So this is actually 1, 2, 3. One, 2, and 3. And there's a 1, 2. This is a 3. This is a 1, 2 because there's a 1, 2 in the cage. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 7. So these are 4, 8, and 9, and that's the only place for the 8. The 9, this is a 4, 8. There's no 9 in here. 4, 8 looks up making this 6 and 4. That's what I needed. That was such a bad thing to miss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That was such a bad, which looks up making that 4, which takes 4 out of there. That was such a bad thing to miss. So silly. Now there's 1, 2, 3 in here. So there must be an 8 and a 9 in this cage. So 8 and 9 must go in here, which makes this 7. There's no 7 in here. This is not 8. This is 4. This is 8. This is 9. Holy cow. So 8 and 9 must go in here. I can't put 9 in either of those two. Wrong keys. And I can't put 8 there. This is the 8. So this is 3, 8, 9 with 6, 7. So this is a 4 or a 5 to go with the 6 or the 7. And it's a 5 because of that 4. So this is a 6. So this is a 7. There's no 8 here. 9, 9. 9 is down here somewhere. It's not there. There is a 9 in this 34 cage. There always was a 9 in this 34 cage. Sorry, that completely flustered me way more than it should have. So now, is it this cage? Well, that's not a 5 anymore. There must be a 3 in this cage. There's a 2 or a 4, but there kind of always was. There's no 5 up here now. Can't believe I missed that. That was such a dumb thing to miss for so long. This is an 8. This is a 7. I can take 2 out of those. So 5 is in here. This is 1, 2, 5, 6. 1, 2, 5, 6. There's no 5 here. One, 2, 3, 6 in those. 1, 2, 3, and 6. That's not... that 9 is making that 7. So this cage is known. With 7 and 8, it's 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these are 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's no 2 here. This is the 4. And it's 1, 3, 5, and 6. So these are 1, 3, 5, 6. There's no 3 here. There's no 3 here. There's no 5 here. There's no 5 here. This is the 5. So there's no 5 here. This is a 1, 3, 6 triple, which makes this the 2. This is so nicely done. I am so sorry, everyone. 7 looks like making that 9 and that 7, which looks over making that 9 and that 7. There's no 4 in those. There's no 2 there. But what? No 2 there. What is more important? That's 1 and that's 2. So this is 6. So this is 5 and this is 6. There's no 6 in there. So this is the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is not including the 4. 1 and 2. This 8 looks over, making this 4 and 8. 5 already looking up. The 2 is looking up. This is the 3. There is no 3 in there. 2 and 5. There is now a 3 in here. There's no 3 here. There's no 2 here. So this... the 3 looks down. This is the 1. This is the 3. This is the 6. This is still 2, 3, 5. This cage is going to have to do a lot of work, isn't it? Am I at that point already? Probably. So there's a 7 in one of those two. Now this cage needs, it's got its 9, it needs a 7 or an 8 or both. Well, I can't put an 8 there now. So 8 is in the cage. Well, that places a 9 as well. So there is an 8 and a 9 in this cage. Could still be a 7 in this cage if it's 1, 3, 6. 6 is in one of those two. This 9 looks like making this 7 and this 9. So this is actually a triple. 1, 2, 4. That's not 4. So there can only be a single 1 or 2 in this cage with an 8 or a 9. Well, there can only be a single 1 or a 2 in this cage. So this can't be a 1 or a 2, or I'd have 2 1s and 2s and I couldn't hit the total. This is a 4. There's no 2 here. The 4 looks up, meaning there's no 2 here. So this is a 4. So it's 1. So it's got 4, 8, 9 with a 1 or a 2. The other's a 5, 7 or 5, 6. There's no 3 in this cage. This is the 5. This is a 6 or a 7, and it can't be a 7. This is a 6. And with a 6, it's a 2. This is now the 7. That is tricky. I like it, but it's tricky. The 2 looks up making this a 1. There's no 1 in here. This is a 5, 6. So this is the 1 and this is the 6. Could have done that the other way around. Would have been a little bit easier. This is a 2, 4 pair. Not resolving that yet, although the 4 looking up is 2 and 4. The 2 looks down going 1 and 2. The 6 looks up going 5 and 6. This would have been a nice smooth solve if I had actually remembered that this was resolved and that was determinable. 2 and 5 makes this 3. This is now 1, 2 and 4. That's the 1 by Sudoku. That is the 2. That is the 4. The 2 makes this 1 and 2. And now I've got a single box to do. 1 and 3 and 5. And that was number 34 by Clover from the Race to 37. Pretty smooth solve, except for the 15 minutes or so in the middle that I did not see that this cage had 5 of its 6 digits, and I could have determined what that was. Oh my lord, that was tragic. Sorry everyone, that was absolutely terrible. Oh well, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you did better at that puzzle than I did. And I really do hope you're enjoying the series. Almost done now. It's a bit scary. Yeah. As always, feel free to provide comments below, reach out on Discord. I'm sure Clover would love to know how you're going. I don't know. Maybe she wouldn't. Maybe she'd be sick of the spam. Thanks everyone. And as always, good luck with your solving.